W Talk, where we bring inspiring women from all walks of life. Catch us live at RTM Click and also TRAXXfm's official Facebook page every Friday and be inspired. 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Only on TRAXXfm, your favorite station.
11:15 a.m. on the clock. This is Trax Momentum. It's Els Dines with you. And like I mentioned earlier on, every Friday we have W Talk on Trax where we interview inspiring women. We're also on Facebook Live right now at TRAXXfm Official, so you can head on over and say hi to our guest. We have Asia's, oh my gosh, as you can tell, I'm so excited. We have Asia's first female MiG or MiG-29 fighter pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Patricia Yapp Syau Yin. And I am so happy that you're here today. Good morning.
Good morning, Els.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Have you eaten?
Yeah, I just had it in your cafeteria.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I to those of you tuning in right now, I would really love for you to head on over to our Facebook page to check out her outfit. It's so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Do you think I can put it on later? I don't think so. I can't fit. All right. But yeah, anyway, today we're so happy. Thank you so much for being here. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and like when you joined when did you actually join the Royal Malaysian Air Force?
Well, Els, I'm raised and born in Sandakan, Sabah. Being a Sabahan, I'm raised in a moderate family. My mom is a teacher and my dad is a businessman. So I have two siblings, my brother Ignatius and my little one is Augustine. And then we grew up in Sabah and later on joined the Air Force in 1997.
Yep. Wow. So, okay, we are like neighbors because I'm from Sarawak. Information that no one asked for. Okay, anyway. So I'm looking at your profile. It's like so amazing. Not just because you're Asia's first female fighter, like MiG-29 fighter pilot, right? You initially studied law.
Right.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Oh, wow. So what made you switch your career path?
All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, when I joined the Air Force in 1997, I was in KL pursuing my law degree.
Right.
But at that point, when we are in Sabah, we don't have much information about the Air Force until I switched to Sunway College and colleges over here. And from there on, we have some extra information, and that's where I went up to Ministry of Defense and fill up a few forms, and then pass all the tests, and then go into interview and get enrolled.
Wow!
So that is where I seek for my parents' blessing, saying that, hey, this is once in a lifetime. I might try to be a pilot in the RMAF. That's how I switched from the law degree into the Air Force program.
So was it something that you've always wanted to be, like a pilot? Like, obviously, it's not like one day I wake up, oh, I want to be a pilot today. So when did you first start having interest in, pilot field?
Oh, okay. That's thanks to my bro, because he is a MAS pilot, and he used to be trained in overseas, and then he will mail me all the flying stuff. Right. Like the knee pad, the glove, and stuff like that. So that's where build up my dreams to follow his footsteps. And later on, as I mentioned, that Air Force, the opportunity is there.
Yeah.
So that's how the interest comes about, and of course thanks to some movies, like the Top Gun, stuff like that.
Yes. Wow, Top Gun. Have you seen the recent one?
Exactly, twice.
All right, there we go. And it's really amazing actually to see, because a lot of people nowadays, when we say like, okay, there's a generation gap or something like that, but nowadays I think more and more people are studying for something that, like for me, for example, okay, I study finance. Look at where I am, right? So I'm so inspired when someone is like, you studied for this and then now you're actually doing something that you like. So I'm pretty sure piloting is your passion, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So okay, this is a personal question, okay?
Yeah.
Do you know how to fly like a normal plane, not a fighter jet plane?
All right, yeah. We do progress from a normal plane in the RMAF,
right?
Like you're flying a aircraft,
right.
like aircraft,
okay,
yeah. And then you progress into a twin engines and propeller 4 engines maybe. So maybe you will go into a helicopter where you do the cyclic and collective thing is a different controls. But when you're mentioning about Boeing, and that is commercial aspect of the platform,
right.
So those are a different system.
Okay.
But generally, technically, flying a plane is about the standard operating procedures, and then you get into the system. When you have the feel of it, then I'm sure you can pretty well handle the aircraft.
Right. Yeah. Because in my head, I'm thinking like, because obviously I know nothing about planes, right? I would think like, when you have a driver's license, you only know how to drive a car, right? I don't know how to drive a lorry. I only know how to drive a car. I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know how to. So I would think like, if you get a pilot license, you know how to fly all planes.
Generally, you have to progress from a simple to a more complex platform.
All right.
So when you have the basic one, you know how to land your aircraft, how to get airborne.
Right.
And then by adapting yourself into the system, that is the one that you want to go through. Yeah.
So what you just mentioned, right? A simple one. What is a simple one in layman term? Because I'm thinking like helicopter is quite simple.
Well, I would tend to.
In your
agree to that, because you see, when you're flying a fixed wing aircraft, you are very commonly, this is the power that you need to put, and then this is how you fly and use your common sense. All right, but flying the helicopter, a rotary wing, is a different aspect to it. Yeah. So you got to get used to it. If you put myself in a fixed wing pilot into a rotary wing platform, so I might need to take some time to get used to that control. Okay. So it's a different thing.
Right, but generally you would know it's kind of similar, lah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in a way.
In a plane.
Yeah.
But okay, so being a fighter jet pilot, is a high risk profession, obviously in so many ways. How do you mentally prepare, to face any kind of emergencies while flying? Like, how do you mentally prepare? Just going inside a plane is already like a difficult task for me because I have a fear of flying.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm so inspired by you. I'm like, okay. But how do you mentally prepare to actually fly a plane every day, like back then?
All right. Be mentally prepared when it comes to you have a proper training, because if you put yourself into a new aircraft, as per se here, so you feel like you doesn't belong to the aircraft, right? You are so nervous. Where is the controls? Where are the switches? So how you mentally prepare? By having the simulations, a proper ground school for you to know the system. You know the how does the airplane works, the aerodynamics of it, and then the physics part of it. And of course, by knowing the airplane, you got to know the surroundings, like the meteor, how
environment.
Yes, correct. So with that, I think with simulation, with training, with exercises, like in the Air Force or any other forces, you will have exercises in-house or with outsiders, internationally or bilateral or multilaterally. So those are the mental preparations for you to adapt into the situations.
All right, that's really, really cool. Coming back, we're going to talk about, how a typical day looks like. So stay tuned. We're also on Facebook Live right now at TRAXXfm Official, so you can head on over to say hi to our guest, and we'll be back in a bit.
Good Times starts now. TRAXXfm. Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to Trax Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on Trax on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guests on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. Trax Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on TRAXXfm.
Direct to your home, in the car, or at work with 50,000 watts of power and no satellite dish required.
11:26 a.m. on the clock right now. This is W Talk on Tracks. We are talking to Asia's first female MiG-29 fighter pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Patricia Yapp, and also known as Foxy, right? Because I can see your name tag here.
Yeah.
So yeah, what came about with that name, Foxy?
Oh, it is addressed by my squadron mates when we are doing flying training, and how it comes about is based on some peculiar incidents happened during the training. So it is F. Oxygen. Actually, it's not the typically Foxy lady.
Foxy lady.
No.
So what's it called? Something oxygen? F-U. Oh,
okay.
All right. Okay. Nice one. Okay, so can I call you Foxy?
Definitely.
All right. Those of you who are on Facebook Live right now watching, you can address our lovely guest for today as Foxy. And also, I'm looking at this one. You were involved in the Lima, right? The one in Langkawi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was it like?
Well, it was a very memorable moment for the teammates, because we work in a formation of 3 aircraft, the 3 mix, and then I am the number 2, and I have my leader with me, and they are leading the formations, and we have to practice this by the split of seconds, where everybody comes in by the comms, and then we have to arrange with the air traffic controller, the airspace controller, so that we don't endanger the airspace restrictions and also the audience down there. So
wow. Were you nervous that time when you were involved in such a big, because Lima is a big event, so how did you feel?
Well, my leader always tell me, which is all the seniors in the squadron, like Arrow and Jabok, and of course they would tell us to fly what you have planned and do not deviate from the plan. Do not have the adrenaline rush. Then you do something that is outside of the profile.
Yeah.
So if you have any problems, declare, and we'll solve it in the air together.
All right, that's really cool, actually. And can you share? Let's dive in more to you now, okay? Foxy. Can you share a typical work day for a fighter jet pilot? Because I understand that you are a flight instructor now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you were flying fighter jet pilot, how was a typical day, day in a life?
All right. Okay. Well, people thought that we just walk into the airplane and fly the jets and come back. But behind that and after that, there's a lot of preparations. For example, I give you an example. We have a mission of involve 4 aircraft against another package, another 4 aircraft, for example, right? So we have to plan and sit together as a team. If we have to lead a 4 aircraft, we will have to come up with a strategic plans and tactics, how to defeat the other side. So we call ourselves, for example, it's the blue force, and the other side is maybe another purple force, something like that. We use a different callsign, different names, so that we can differentiate each other.
Of course.
So we plan and see how it works. After we plan, we have to brief our air defense controllers, saying that, hey, this is how we want to defeat the other side of the group.
Yeah. So the planning alone, how long does it take?
It will take hours.
Really?
Briefing itself, sometimes we will brief them to make sure that everybody knows what you have planned, so that it is constructive enough. And then when you go up in the air, at least you can perform it as what you have planned.
Yeah, and people will know what you're doing, right? Yeah.
What you have planned, but what if that plan didn't work as you have planned? Then you have to plan for what if. So those are the things that you look into. And then walking into the aircraft, checking the aircraft and strapping in, all that takes time. And then flying the missions, coming down and then checking the aircraft again, so walk around check, and then we have to debrief what we have learned out of that. Okay, so all in all, and we will invite all the traffic controllers, air defense controllers, and then see what is the airspace restriction we have. If it involve other countries, then we have to have a proper brief. And sometimes it involves air-to-air refueling, so we have to invite the other platform with the big aircraft, and then how do we plug in to take fuel up there. We plan for so those are the package plannings that you have, and then you have to protect a small force, right? So again, you have to plan with that small force.
I'm so sorry, you already had me at the... Do you mean that you refuel air in the air?
Refuel air refueling, you refuel, in
the air.
Yeah, we have our platforms.
Oh, wow.
You know,
I love how she's like, so, oh yeah, we do this in the air. Huh? Okay. All right. That's a new thing for me to hear. Okay. So then what would you say, like, is it like a 9 to 5? Or longer?
We do have night missions. Yep. So it's for us it's 24/7.
Oh,
whatever
wow.
it calls for the missions. You know, we have to train day and night.
Yeah.
That is what we are trained for.
I see. So basically, you're also like an entrepreneur because you work 24/7. All right. So how does it feel when flying? You know, be it on a mission or on an air show, like air show.
Well, for my personal view, in strapping inside a jet, doing all the things that we dream of, right? Just like in the Top Gun. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So those my favorite part is doing the aerobatics and the fighter maneuvers. All right. So you can perform as you want the aircraft to perform to the max,
right,
to the optimum of it, and then try to defeat the other guys on the other aircraft. So it is very fun, and of course they comes with practice and also simulations practice, and we jump into simulator for emergency practice. So we are well prepared before the mission.
Right. So can I just ask you? This is like from my personal, like I really want to know. Can you still remember the first time you entered like a fighter jet? The first time ever.
The first time ever was in Amaki MB339 Alpha Italian jets.
Yeah, you're talking like as if I know as if I know the plane. Oh yeah, so that one, okay.
So it is a single engine jet aircraft, and then it was based in Butterworth. So when I was sitting inside with my instructor Tiger and a Stormer and a Wake, and everybody is like, okay, first you have to know how to taxi the aircraft because you don't think it is just like steering left and right, because you have to paddle it with your feet. Yeah. So in order for you to paddle according to the line, not hitting any other platforms or the walls there. So that is the thing that very kanchong like that.
Okay.
Very nervous,
of course.
Because the first time sitting in a jet from a propeller aircraft into a jet.
Right.
But flying with a proper guidance from the instructors make you feel a lot more confident.
All right.
That's why we always have our instructors and seniors to guide us.
So how old were you when you first flew a fighter jet?
On a solo, we clear solo.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Clear solo.
Yeah.
Clear solo, you feel like, oh gosh, it's
definitely, man.
Definitely very quiet.
Yeah.
Because you're alone. So, and then you get used to it when you fly solo, because most of the jets we fly solo. So back in the MiG, we also fly solo.
Right.
So we kind of like have your buddy in the other aircraft.
Right.
So we keep on talking to other aircraft to keep us our strategy.
Yeah.
correct.
So how old were you when you first flew the MiG?
Wow.
Talking like, like a real pilot. MiG 29.
Back in 2006, I think about 30 years old.
Oh wow. Yep. That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of platforms and
Okay, have you ever had a fear of flying?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, then it's good It's good for you. But yeah, coming back, we will be talking about the criteria that one must have to be a fighter jet pilot or even a pilot. So yeah, we're also on Facebook Live right now at TRAXXfm Official. If you want to come say hi to our guest, you can call her Foxy. But yeah, this next song is for Foxy because apparently it's your daughter's favorite song, right?
Yeah, Mia's favorite song.
All right, that one. Mia, shout out to you. All right, this one.
See bees at work and bring back fresh durians from Desaru Fruit Farm in Bukit Tinggi, Johor. 92.9 TRAXXfm.
A.m. on the clock right now. We're on Facebook Live at TRAXXfm Official. We are talking to Asia's first female MiG-29 MiG-29 fighter pilot, Patricia Yapp, or Foxy. So there we go. And right now we're gonna read out some of your comments on Facebook. So Foxy, you have a lot of questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, right?
Oh wow. Okay. So Gabriel says, I'm curious, how do they do their G-force training? All right. G-force training, yeah.
G-force training, we do have a centrifuge in Subang Air Base where we strap our pilots into the different cockpit simulations. For example, you are a MiG pilot, you are F-18 pilot, you are a Hawk pilot, you are a Sukhoi pilot. We have the cockpit ready. So we strap you in and we will spin you around.
Right.
All right. Until the maximum G that the aircraft can go. So from there on, you can have your G tolerance training. At the same time, most importantly, is for the air crew to know how the tunneling or before you go into pass out.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So you must identify what are the symptoms like tunnel visions. What should you do? Like the NDG maneuver. So those are the training.
Is it like a really intense training?
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
It is very intense.
And I've got lots of questions about G-force actually. This one, did you ever experience the G-force machine training? Obviously you have.
Yep.
Right. How does it feel to be in one? And how do you overcome the G-forces when you do tight turns in a fighter jet?
Right. Yeah. So at max G turns and stuff like that. Yeah, I can answer that. Any other fighter pilots who is strapped in that centrifuge, you will have your G-suit with you according to the aircraft platform. So that the G-suit that you wear is to prevent the blood from flowing down and then prevent it so that you have the G tolerance higher. All right. So when you want to go into a maneuver, you must do the NDG strain maneuver.
Right.
Like you hold the breath and then do the muscle cramming, and that will be taught along the process. Yeah.
All right. That one was from Jared, and then also Gabriel. Thank you so much for your questions. This one, John Paul. Salute to you, madam. Bila mau balik Sandakan.
Looking forward, John.
So yeah, thank you so much for all your comments, and I'm pretty sure Foxy will attend to you later on. But yeah, coming back right now, because obviously, like, female pilots are so rare. You know, you don't really hear, oh wow, I want to be a pilot from females, right? It's very, how to say, it's very niche, you know. Yeah. So for those of you tuning in who want to pursue your kind of career as a female pilot, not even as a fighter jet pilot, but a pilot, right? What are the most important criteria that one must have to be a fighter jet pilot?
All right.
In your personal opinion.
Of my personal opinion, actually, the attributes of the values that we are looking for is across the board in the RMAF. Not only for the fighter pilot or any platform of the pilot. It is standard procedures and also the screening procedures that we go through. So particularly from my personal point of view as a fighter pilot, what I'm trying to achieve is that the fighting spirit.
Right.
And as you say before, is the passions that we want to be in that job.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
So, like you say, you pursue another degree and then you went into another career.
Yes.
Same goes to us. Okay, that means if you have the passion in doing what you want, I think it is the basic thing that we're looking for.
Definitely. There we go. Good advice. And right now, top of your head, right, we really want to know, what is your most memorable experience in the Air Force? Like, if I ask you to close your eyes and think right now, what's your best moment ever?
I would categorize as the 60s Independence Merdeka Day.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Where that really bring out the best of all the group work, because we are working, that point is 21 aircraft in the air. Imagine the amount of preparations we have to draw from a few months before, when we get the tasking, say, hey, look, you have to come up with the figure of 60 with the aircraft we have.
Oh.
And then for the past, I think, a long time that we didn't do that because of certain aspect. So we have to plan a few months before. I was sitting with my mission commander, Guru, that time, and say, hey, look, Foxy, you are to lead this 21 aircraft. I want you to come up with a plan and you find your teams. All right. I find Ryan that time as a deputy, and all the elements from the whole flying units in the north at that time. So we come up with the platforms, like 60 aircraft with like 10 here and 10 over here. So to make a figure of 6, we need 10 aircraft and then another 10 on the figure of 0. So another one is called the ace pilot. Pendang was doing the ace pilot. So flying the formation is one thing. Going into Dataran Merdeka is another consideration because of the constructions and the high-rise building and the restricted airspace over in KL. And at the same time, planning for what is the emergency procedure. Like if there's birds coming in, what should you burst? Okay, you cannot just plan for the ideal situation. You must plan for the worst.
The worst,
What if the weather's coming in? How are you going to rejoin in 21 aircraft? You know, you have to plan for the butterfly or the aspect. So coming to that is all about teamwork. All right, and then I have my mission commander to trust me, and then my wingmen's all there for me, and then not to mention the controller down there, the flight path control. Happened to I think at that time I listened to my husband. He was telling us, hey, your figure looks a bit awkward over there. Can you move number 5, can you push it up a bit? Those kind of things is very close control. Yes,
I see. So that was your best moment. I'm pretty sure once it's all done, it's like, whew, I just achieved that. Wow. So I can imagine why it's your best moment lah. So what if I was like saying, if I want to write something, will you marry me or something? How many jets does that take? Like, will you marry me? Oh, not just a banner, you know, okay? Because, I mean, I've been watching so many movies lately, and I'm just thinking, how much will it take for you?
Wow. Yeah. A figure which is a 6 or it comes up to a 6'10", you know. If you W, it's quite tedious. So we have to really plan.
So probably 50 planes. Will you say that?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. That's just my own opinion. But yeah, what is your message to those pursuing a fighter jet pilot's career? Not just for women, but even for men out there. You know, what's your message to them? Because we are sadly coming to the end of the interview. So we would really like to hear some advice from you because you are so inspiring. So yeah.
So if you want to pursue a career that is so interesting and also to serve for your country in the front line, I think RMAF is your choice.
There we go. And I'm going to read out the final comment from Army. She says, amazing, proud Orang Sandakan here. So proud of you, Colonel. Salute to you. You made all Sabahan so proud. Oh, what you achieved. I'm going to cry right now. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. Foxy. We have been talking to Asia's first female MiG-29 fighter pilot. Oh yes, Foxy, you brought a special gift. I am so sorry. All right, would you like to show us?
Yeah.
All right, go on then.
So this is the gift for the audience. This is the bondom that we wear, and then we have the accessories with us. For our missile queuing. So you will have assistance in the air.
Right.
So you just pop it up. So they help you to look at the aircraft and shoot. And then of course you have the like belalai here. Is the oxygens and also the mic.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what we wear, and then to communicate with the air traffickers and air defenders and ground controllers here. So these are the...
Wow, that looks really complicated.
Yeah, it's quite heavy.
Yeah, it's very heavy. Just now I took a little hold of it. It's like a bowling ball. Like you have that on your head. How?
To protect you, right?
It's like, you know what I'm saying? But it looks so cool and we're going to try it on. So there we go. Thank you so much for being here with us today, sharing your insights and sharing your time as well. And right now, don't be jealous. I'm going to go and try on the helmet. All right. Thank you so much, Patricia, for being here with us today. See you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have fun in Dangabe, the largest recreational park in Johor Bahru City.
TRAXXfm 102.9.